Hello everyone, welcome once again to another Power BI related tutorial by Team Slidescope. In this part we are analyzing USA real estate pricing analysis and prediction, and so we have a real estate related data available on Kaggle where we have information of different properties, and on the basis of their different features like number of bathroom, number of bedroom, and their status, in which state they are. You have city information, so city wise what is average area, city wise what is average price available, average of price by bedroom, and we can build some KPIs. We can use these states as a filter also, so to see the average price, average land size, average of bathroom, average of bedrooms, etc. So everything can be seen here in this simple dashboard. Obviously there are a lot of outliers here, but we will still try to create a simple exploratory data analysis dashboard where the purpose is to find out those fields which have effect on our target value, that is price, and when we will create a machine learning model, which fields will be more important, and is there any field that we can drop. So that is something that we will learn here. So let's get started. So the data set that we are going to use here is USA real estate data set. In the data set we have 12 columns. You can see these columns, like this is the broker ID, their status, whether they are for sale or they are already sold, price of these properties in USD, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, their area in acres, street, city, state, and house size is area, like livable area in square feet. All this information is given here, like house size, living space in square feet, and total land size or lot size in acres is given here. So this type of data set is basically used in regression type of analysis, where you can find out what are the different features that will affect the pricing of a building, pricing of a house. Okay, and here city and space is also given. So what we will do here, we will use this data set first for exploratory data analysis, then we will build some kind of machine learning model that can predict the house of, or that can predict the price of a house on the basis of different features that we have here. So let's get started. We will open Power BI desktop. In Power BI desktop we will load this data set. To load the data set, because it is given as a CSV file, I will simply open the CSV file here, and it is close to 200 MB or 178 MB, so it may take some time to load. Here you can see all the columns and their values are properly read here, and now we will load the data. Still loading, and now this is done. So this is realtors data, and now we have everything ready. Let's save our work by pressing save as. So either you can browse this device and you can save it as real estate or something like USA real estate pricing analysis, and let's say, so in price we will save. Now after saving your file, you can first of all prepare your dashboard. So for example, we will add a text box. We usually add this text box to tell viewers or whoever will use this report that what we are doing here. So we will use the same thing, USA real estate pricing analysis, and just use a font size like this, make it bold, and we can also choose a different color for it. I am just using the default color, later I am going to change it. And here we can go to effects, enable shadow and visual border, the border color that is there, I will use this color. So this is our heading now. Now using Canva, I am creating a very simple image here, just a real estate image. And if you want, we can put that image here just to represent what we are doing. So click on image. I have saved that in this folder, and I will select that. So, and your color, everything can, color theme etc can be on the basis of this as well. And here also we can apply the same styling. So home, format painter, styling. And now we can reduce this width and reduce its height. After doing this, now let's get started with the analysis part. So here you can see our target field here can be price, and this price will depend upon many things like bed, number of bathrooms, the acre lot, and city, state, zip code, house size. You can see in many of these cases we don't have house size, but we do have acre lot. That means it can be just a land also. So now first of all we'll prepare some KPIs, and we'll start with our pricing. That is our primary field here. So we will create a simple card here, and in this card we will try to put what is the average pricing. Okay, and then when we will use filters, so this average pricing is going to change. So we will add price here, and we will see average pricing. The average pricing of a house is 524.20K. You can go to its format your visual setting. From here we will go with font size of around 30. Okay, we will select this primary color that we have selected, and in category label, if you want, you can increase the height and or font size, and we can select some color for this category label. If you want, you can make it bold as well. So this is average of price. You can select like this. Here we can do one more thing. We can go to general tab, properties, padding, and we can shift it up, right, so that we have more space here. So this is average of price. Here also we can enable a shadow and visual border, which we can select like this. So now one of our KPI cards are prepared. We can make a copy of it. So this is average of price. Next is we also have acre lot, like what is the average area in acre. Okay, so that is something that we can put here. So this is average land size. Okay, so we will just use this, and this is average land size in acre. So if you want, you can change the title, or sorry, here you can see we have category label. If you want to change the category label, you can rename it from here. Average land size acre. Okay, so this is going to be a multiple part video. In the first part we'll be using Power BI for creating the dashboard. So this is EDA dashboard for us, and later once we have enough knowledge of which particular fields have more impact on our pricing, so we'll be able to create a model which can predict the pricing on the basis of different values. Now as we have average land size, we can also bring bathrooms, like on an average how many bathrooms are there. Obviously because we have many plots, so this value is going to be very less, but okay, like 2.50 is the average of bathrooms there. Surprising, but yes. Then if we make another copy, then This is bedrooms. What is average number of bedrooms in every house or every property that we have. Next is what is average house size. So you remember that from our data set description that this is the living space in a square feet. Okay, so we will write house size here. Here also average, it is 2.71K. Okay, so we have our Power BI tutorial for beginners. It is available on Udemy. If you want, you can go there and get enrolled here. So we have all the visualization and data collection, connection related topics, dashboards in Power BI, DAX in Power BI. I will provide the link of this course. It will be very much helpful for you as a beginner. Obviously, we are providing the content on YouTube also, but here you will see all the chapters in us, you know, in a sequence so that you can just start learning from there. If you want, you can go there as well. So now we have all the KPIs that we wanted here so far. So when we are doing this kind of exploratory analysis, first we create these KPIs, then we also see some other information, like you can also get information how many unique number of brokers are there. Okay, so we can do that as well. So we can create one more copy here, and to find unique number of brokers, you can see every broker has a broker ID. You will add here, and we will just do count distinct. So we have 110.14K. This is count of broker ID. This is count of unique distinct broker ID. So we can simply rename for this as count of brokers that we have in these different states and areas. So now on the basis of this, you have your data set related information, and when you will prepare a dashboard like this, you will get to know a lot about what is there inside the database, what is there inside the data set. Now let's say we have city, and we want to represent city wise which city has, you know, more average pricing, which city has that. So you can use these visuals to do that. So next we can see we have city information, and we also have pricing information. So if we want to see which city has the highest average price, or what are the top 5 or top 10 cities by highest average price, so what we can do, we can simply create a, you know, clustered column chart here. And in the clustered column chart, let's use this much width. In this clustered column chart, I am going to put the city name on x-axis, because this will be our categorical field, and on y-axis I will simply bring pricing, and in pricing I will select average price. So this will automatically arrange them, and you can see it is showing international, right? So on investigation we can see that international California is given here in the data set, and its pricing is also given here, right? So you can see the pricing. So like obviously it may be something international property, I don't know what it is. So obviously it's kind of an outlier. So if you want, we will not select, we'll select everything but not international, to actually see the data for other capacity. And now we have that. So you can see we have cities like Wayne City, La Cine, Quai, different city names you can see, and this is average of price by city. We can go to data labels and enable that, so you will be able to see that average price as well. And suppose if we want to see that average price is for what average area, something like that, so we can select, this is cluster chart, we can select line and stacked or line and cluster chart. and as a line axis we can also add average area or average lot size. Okay, so this is acre lot, and we can also select that. So you will be able to see in which city for what average lot size we have that pricing. In this case we can disable the data labels because it will become too much for someone to analyze. For example, here you can see the average price is high but average lot size is low. In such cities the average lot size is very high and the pricing is low. So this way we can analyze and make sure we have selected average. We can rename these visuals as average pricing and average area by city, and we can go to general tab. From here we can go to title and we can align it in center, make it bold, and we can select the same color as we selected. And finally we can go to effect, enable shadow, visible border, we can select this. Okay, similarly we can copy it. Let's say we want to show a state wise average pricing. So for that we will simply select a shape map. In the shape map we are going to select a state, and for color saturation we are going to keep the average price, and you can keep average of acre lot as tooltip. So you will be able to see that average price in California is more. Basically here the areas which are shaded like Hawaii, New York, California, these areas have higher price, that's why they are darker in color. Okay, so areas that are lighter in color, for example Michigan, etc., so they are lighter in color, and that's how it represents pricing on the basis of area. And we can see both city wise and area wise pricings are different. So if you are building a model, these two are very important features to consider because you can see the pricing here. So we have seen effect of city on pricing, we have seen effect of state on pricing. Let's see the effect of status on pricing. For example, we have a status like for sale, ready to be to build and sold. So what are the average prices? So to see that we will be creating a donut chart, not here, but let's copy this, and here I am going to create a donut chart, and in that donut chart instead of state I am going to put the status. So you can see average pricing on the basis of different status. For sale you can see average pricing is higher than as compared to ready to build as compared to sold. We can see this feature has a small effect on pricing, but still it has some effect, so it will also be considered for modeling. Next is bathroom and bedroom. Okay, you can see both of them have, these are both numerical fields. So if we use a stack column chart, and so if we select a line and clustered column chart, okay, and we want to see the effect of this particular feature, that is total number of bathrooms on average pricing. So what we have done is we have created a new group here. Here you can see we have minimum value of bathroom 1 and maximum 830. That means there are some outliers, right? On an average a building will not have 830, so there may be some commercial buildings obviously, or some kind of apartment. So here you can see we have bins, so we can divide it into number of bins, and we can say we want 15 bins. So like the complete range from 1 to 830 we are dividing it into 15 bins, and bin size is around 55. Okay, 55 number of bathrooms. So that's what we have done here. This is bathroom bins, and in this line and clustered column chart, first of all what I am going to do, put bathroom beings on x-axis. In column y-axis, we will count total number of these houses. Okay. So let's say you can select any particular column that represents number of rows, or we can go to modeling tab, quickly create a measure and say number of properties, because every row here represents a property, and we will use count rows and table name which is realtor data, and I will simply check that. I will put number of rows here. Okay, so this is first of all showing us that you can see between 0 to 55 most of the houses are there. Okay, and then these are simply the outliers that we have. So what I can do is in column y-axis I can also put average of price here. Okay, and this way we will be able to see that in case of those houses where these many bathrooms are there, average of price is what. Here you can see what is the average of price. Obviously it depends upon a lot of other things, but this is something that you can check here. So this is average of price by bathroom bins, and we can see on the this particular variable do have some kind of effect on the overall pricing. And similarly we can do it with the help of bed also. And remember, in many cases there are many cases where we only have plots, so this will be empty also. So data is also not that consistent when it comes to bathroom and bedroom, but we are still seeing their effect. Similarly we can create another copy of it, and let's say if we do not create a bin and simply put it here, then also you will be able to see it, right? That if number of beds are in the range of 123, the average pricing is very high. So that's why if we simply create a bin, that will be easier for us to analyze. So we create a new group, and here also I am going to create 15 bins, and I am simply going to put bins instead of the complete range. So now it will give us better information, like if beds are in the range of 95 to, and you can see the bin size also. So like bin size is 31, so 95 to 120 130 range. So you can see the average price is more. There is one outlier in which where number of beds are 441, and you can see the average price there. Next is we also have to check if house size and area has effect on average pricing. So for that we can create a scatter plot, and in that scatter plot, first of all I'll copy the formatting. So we will put the area. So first of all the house area or the lot size will be put here. So acre lot as value, acre lot as x-axis here, and we will say don't summarize, and then we have y-axis where we will put price, and we will say don't summarize. So we will say we don't have a specific linear trend here, but here you can see, because we have so many houses, and you can see in those cases if the acre lot is more, then also it is not evident that pricing is also increasing. And we can see we have one case of 101 plus, right? So here what we can do, we can give a simple zoom slider to analyze this data by ignoring some of these outliers. Okay, so now let's say we keep it below 200 million, and we keep it below area also below around 60,000 acres or less. You can see for smaller houses, yes, we can have some kind of trend that when the price is increasing, or when the area is increasing, price is also increasing. But for very big houses, it is kind of showing like a constant value. So here it's your choice. You can use this zoom slider to analyze that trend, but definitely this variable will have effect on predicting the pricing, although it will be very difficult because we don't have a linear trend, the proper perfect linear trend, but we still can create this model. And similarly on the basis of house size also. So for example, if I create it here, so on the basis of house size, so here I will just remove this and add house size here and say don't summarize. So in case of house size, you can see, let's zoom it. Here you can see there is a house size where it is given more than 1 billion. Okay, it may be a mistake, so obviously we have to remove that. You can see by applying this slider we can see then how the prices are varying, but obviously there may be some error. So this is one way of creating this report where we just try to analyze uh, how these different features have effect on our target field, which we are considering as price. Obviously there are so many outliers in the data that those effects, for example area versus pricing is not properly visible, and in some cases we don't have information of bedrooms and bathrooms, but still in the next part we will use Python to create some model here which will help us in creating a simple predictor. Like if you will put all these variables, you will be able to see uh, what can be the house pricing of that particular property. So we will complete that in the second part. In the meantime, you can build this dashboard and try to analyze data from it.